Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the babbler. That's I. On this evolutionary, revolutionary rise of a high of an evolution that is occurring now. Must stay. Now it must stay in our awakenings every single day. That is what consciousness is in every kind of wave. To hone in on the ability to be the master alchemist of your own world creation. To be co-creating, creating for your own liberation, activation, right? Tapping in to my United Nations. Holy sensations. This is not going to be poetry. I came in here with limited time, and so I'm going to be mindful of these babbles of mine. Babbler side. But truly, this is an extended version for those that wanted an extended version of the pick a card reveal that I am doing a video for too. I took all the pictures for each of the selections. I always do 8 pick a card selections. You may hear my daughter screaming at Ebony in the background, but not to worry, she's not injuring or hurting our cat. Our cat just is obsessed with her in every kind of way and does things to just aggravate, and so you'll hear them bickering for days. Right? So all's okay if you hear screaming in the background. Cat and human, right? Okay, so, right. So this is just an extension for those that want the extension, and available to those that desire to receive. If you want to skip through the babbles and do a timestamp for that too, please, and you're like, whatever, like, never mind all these other things, then feel free. No offense taken by me, right? We all have our preferences and we're all entitled to have them, right? So, okay, anyway, so I did a free pick a card on my Instagram, so go check that out at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS, Enchantress. That is I, right? And I took pictures and I'll do the reveal there. And then I'm also doing this extended version of it, where I'm going to intuitively read each of the selections here visually for you to receive and use in every single possible muse-like way that is for your light code activate right now here in this space, right? Alchemical healing waves sent to you, right? May this be synchronistic to you in every kind of way. And yeah, and that's just how it's going to be. Excuse me, I make a mess of things. So, I do have limited time, but I have plenty of time to go through these 8 selections. So if you have yet to choose a selection, hey, you can tune into the whole entire collective message and take with it in pieces and parts whatever it is that's going to be for you. That's the beauty of divine connecting, right? Let's not let ignorance play a factor into receiving, right, your own recalibration, your own evolution, your own opportunity to heal, to evolve. To know is to evolve, right? But it's up to you to choose that for you and how you want to perceive everything too. I look at everything multidimensionally. You have to, because there's so many dimensions to absolutely everything that is occurring for me consciously in my life, because No, I am not asleep in any part of my world, right? I am an active participant in every aspect of my world. And so that requires me to participate in my consciousness by allowing myself the opportunity to learn in depth many kind of things, right? And there's just so many things that occur externally or just are happening in our lives that can detain us or keep us away from the things that we want in every kind of way, right? And we can use that as an excuse if we want to, or we can rise to the occasion and do what we have to, right? And so, to find support systems and teams, right? Soul vibe kind of things. It's a vibrational kind of thing, this frequency we let off, right? To be able to find that and engage in that, and from wherever you are in the world, and to receive that, to be open to receive that, that's what's up for me here. I do for the collective in my own way of participation. I creatively co-create how I receive these intuitive things to share with you for those that want it too, like to just understand it from a practical perspective. It's just like getting a good book, a self-help book, right? A self-help book one would get, and then like idolize the author, but because it's a book and that's accepted, right, in society, then that means that makes it and marks it okay and acceptable, right? But if one results to oracle cards and stuff, then religion comes into the play for the conditioned kind of waves of life today, and people think that they're participating in some kind of devil worship or some kind of idol above God, or some kind of, whatever perception that will keep them away or to keep them in some kind of judgment in any kind of way. There's nothing I can do about the perception of that kind of wave except to do what it is that I do. So I articulate, and that's, what this is. This is just a divine moment for you to connect and to receive, whether this be, insightful for you, whether this be beneficial to you in any kind of way, right? Take what resonates, because there's going to be many energies that come to receive different kind of messages. So maybe if it's not for you, try another number too, you know what I mean? Or just take and highlight the grander picture that's depicted here. Either way, like I always believe that there's nothing that comes into my existence, you see, that's not for me to receive. It's my position to find the understanding, overstanding of that particular experience or thing, whatever. But this is not going to get into all of that. I'm trying to control my babbling because I, like I said, have limited time. So you can timestamp that and go to the selection. So even if you have yet to pick a selection, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you are free to pick as many as you like. Eventually this will be time stamped, right? I will get to that eventually, but feel free. None of you find yourself listening to every single one of them, by all means, please time the time, because I be running around all over the time. So it'll be either that or 2 ways to learn to it. Yeah, so eventually these will have timestamps, okay? Until then, oh, maybe I can do something. Yeah. Yellow. Every single time I go to a new number, I'm going to bring up the yellow candle as a signifier that I'm moving to the next card. You heard that? Okay. This candle is going to be representative in my filming, for my documenting of the timestamping. Useful information. Okay. Yellow. Yellow is for friendship. here we are, uniting energetically in support of, even if it's just for ourselves, to find something that sinks in and fills up our well. You know, okay, let me get started. Okay, gosh. 3 moments. Just listen up. Extend your arms out. It does pops. Allow ourselves to breathe. It's important. There's so much to shake off. For it. So shake it off. It's like we're reaching for something. Good. Giving yourself this amount of time. 3 minutes is all you need. You've got 60 seconds. Hey, that's the beginning. But allow yourself this moment to connect, to breathe. Your breath of life. That is your chi. Our breath is the last thing that makes us. The conscious part of us. I'm talking about our bodies. Alright, let's begin. Thank you for meeting me here. May you receive the divine message that is for you, mind, body, heart, and soul too, contributing to you masterfully on your own journey in whichever way that it's going to be for you, right? Whether it be confirmation to something that already is taking place, whether it be something that you know that Spirit has been guiding you to elevate, evolutionize, to see. It's all a matter of how you choose to receive. Just receive. We go deep. Beautiful. The all-seeing eye. To be able to awaken to synchronicity of one's own divine essence of life speaking to the I all of the time. There's messages in everything. And here we are waiting to receive whatever it is that it's going to be for our entire being. Okay? Yes. Alright, so I use the Divine Directions inspiration cards. These are inspirational cards that will enable you to find the answers you need and help guide you past any obstacles that life throws in your way. Just use the cards in love and light for your benefit. Ask that you be given clear and accurate information each time you choose a card. When you are ready, pick a card and give thanks. So there's the cards I'm going to share with you, the oracle decks that I'm using for this pick a card selection. I chose one for every pile. So every pile, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? It is great. Contains one of every of these cards that I'm going to share with you, the meaning of them, so that you too can be open to receive the guidance that it is going to be received for you intuitively, not the interpretation or the exampling or the channeling that happens here. This is for you to listen, my dear. When you hear the message clear, to hone it in for you. The divine works majestically through all of us, you see. It's not a competition. It's not, although it is pretty theatrical. We all have our own personalities. It's many. Okay, continuing. Okay, gosh. Divine Feminine Oracle cards. The Divine Feminine Oracle is an invitation to reclaim your power. It's a spiritual tool to hone in on your intuition. Working with it can be a sacred practice of remembering that you contain your own answers. Yes, you motherfucking do. Okay? You contain your own answers. Do it. Yes, just be truth, okay? You can drop into your heart that cathedral of love inside of you and receive what is needed. Yes, so you receive all that you need. Thank you for that. Yeah, you see? Okay, and then I use the Cosmic Journey Oracle. On this Cosmic Journey, you will discover that you are the Oracle. Yes, you are. Oh, yeah. And your pen is your magic wand to rewrite your past, present, and future. Guided by visionary entrepreneur Unique Silver, you will learn how to recognize and understand all the signs and symbols the universe is sending to you, trying to get your attention. Yes! Well, I'm pretty theatrical and dramatic. I can see why Spirit will ask me to do certain kind of things in this kind of way because I got that personality for that role of entertain. Right? Because I do this whether I'm recording or not. Whether I have company or not either. Oh, let's be clear. Right. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So each card of this oracle offers a mystical message to answer your most profound questions. Alright? And so then I also use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. The Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck presents 52 lavishly illustrated cards infused with the beauty and inspiration of goddesses, divas, and etheric muses. Rich in symbolic detail, these exquisite montages combine artfully blended images of French sepia photographs, wildflowers, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now here we are. Okay, I'm really gonna begin. Okay, now I'm gonna go in numerical order. Okay, just for peace of mind, to do it in that kind of organized, conditioned place that you and I can at least understand. I'm Sometimes the words just leave me. That's when the human taps in. It's just like, what were you saying? I don't know. Get out of this conversation. Okay, so yes. Moving on. So if you chose pile number one, here we go. Pile number one. Your divine direction. Affirm. Create your own affirmations. Think of words or phrases that inspire you and write them down. Can you see that? Okay. And then allow your work to become your art. These are pretty direct, right? Allow your work to become your art. Affirm that too. I am creator of the things that I am dreaming into existence by being clear with my being, mind, body, heart, and soul. I am connecting with, I'm being bold. I am meeting myself in authentic truth, getting through to every single part of me that allows myself to express myself free with strength, you see. These guys are beautiful. Right? So here I am, rising, feeling empowered. Or this is the advice to you if you are struggling or finding a challenge there to express yourself free, to live your life free, to liberate yourself in some kind of way, affirm in every kind of way about what it is that you want to do, what it is that you want to inspire it to. When you write it down, you make it real. When you make it real, you say it out loud, you profess, you proclaim. You do this in every kind of way. You allow your work to become your art, masterful in every kind of way. If who's not better to love you than you? Right? Right? In strength. Divinely led, divinely guided, rising, right? Having to go through ego death, pride, right? Sometimes we can be prideful. It's part of our conditioning, right? To not succumb, to not surrender, to not forfeit our rights, wanting to be heard, yet not hearing ourselves. Right? Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Right? Connecting with that divine that is you. Right? The divine that is you. Powerful too. Creative. Right? And you chose power number one. You are an artist. You are a creator. You are a visionary. You are, a leader. You are a, I don't know names and all this kind of stuff, but the energy, like the energy of you is that of someone that has something to contribute, whether it be physical or something that you do, right? Art too, it could be dance, right? Or it could be just writing. Like it says, write down, think of words and phrases that inspire you and write them down, right? What is it that you want to do? This is a collective read, so there's different energies for even the piles that each one speaks, so there might be different messages in between, so you take with it as it resonates for you, right? It's not a personal reading too, so be mindful of that as well. Okay, or to gather in your strength, trusting in the answers that you have within your intuition, to allowing it to guide you, right, in every kind of way. Affirm, right? Affirm, but be clear. Trust in the answers that you receive, my dear, right? You hear, right? So maybe some of these are now awakening to the fact of maybe your own clever. I don't know how to say the clear, very clear, but Clara audience. And there's like Clara cognizant. There's Clara audient. So inner hearing, inner knowing, inner feeling. Right? So there's a lot of things being revealed even onto you, that, you know, it can be overwhelmed too, and there's so much to do, but you are armored in strength. Allow your work to become your art. Why do you do what you do? For the love of whom? Sometimes we seek praise, want praise, or validation in some kind of way, and, you know, and then we don't feel like we receive. But think about the position that you speak, for you are everything, and all that you seek externally. So you are not deprived, because when you're waiting for some kind of, like, you know, energy to reciprocate in every kind of way, like, you know, we get challenged in different kind of ways, right, to find our real truth, getting into the root of you and whatever makes you feel insecure, so that you can rise above, right, and shut that door, because you've explored and you've gone forward. Allow your work to become your art, right? Believing in you, affirm, create your own affirmations, think of words or phrases that inspire you and write them down. Say them every day. Every single time that you think of them, then activate. You know, it's not about the quantity, it's the quality of time you give something to. Okay, I said this wasn't going to be so long too. So okay, so that was pile number 1. I hope that, you know, share with me however it is that it resonates for you. Thank you for tuning in. You are more than free to pick another number if you want to, know what I mean? Then I'm just going to go through and raise my candle. This is pile number 2. I really like this like this. I just hope I remember. Just can someone remind me? Pile number 2. Oh, hi. Okay, so moving on to pile number 2. If that is you, pile number 2. Clearing. Remove energy blockages by clearing out unwanted emotional or material clutter. Where are we? Yeah. It's coming into focus. I should have put the camera. You will quickly learn I'm not like savvy or empty, whatever, but I just do it work. Okay, and this works. Listen, just know that it says clearing. In the show. It says wanted, universe creators, cells, organs, body, species, planet, solar system, galaxy. I'm seeing evolution, if you know what I mean. Wanted. You are wanted by the universe. And right now you might be going through some kind of clearing, right? You are the universe creators, creating something, learning something, developing something, starting something, needing to start something, right? The goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. So sometimes a lot of things might disrupt, you know what I mean, externally around you, right? And that's why this clearing is needing to be taking place, right? And then like discernment, you see. So you got this discernment. So wanted, universal creators, because that is who you are. And you're removing and clearing the blockages by far, by learning and really putting into use the discernment that is the lesson that may have come with the surrender from you. And you're clearing too, right? This angelic energy, this fiery energy, this passionate energy. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. And learning that too, strong and fierce now too, right? Affirming within yourself, I got this too, but feeling it too, because you've been through the fire. You've been through it too. And this, look, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Watching your tongue, aligning yourself alchemically, being mindful about your own participation in certain kind of things, right? So this clearing, right? So whether this be what it is that you're doing, this be confirming that this is what you need to do because you already know this is you. You are wanted. So that means Spirit's calling out to you in numerous different forms, right? But are you taking like full action always, right? And you know, it's always there. I'm not gonna say because I'm getting numerous like different kind of like downloads of that one because there's different people here. But you know, so each of you are wherever you are. Well, if you go to the picture in Instagram, right, or each of you wherever you are, whomever you are out there, right? Each of you are in a different place, space. I don't like to do levels and all that kind of stuff, but each of you are wanted, needed, right? By your own universal creator saying, come here, you got stuff that you need to do. So we doing this clearing here for you. Alright? Or you're doing this clearing here for yourself. You know what you need to do to help, right? Because you know this. You've learned. Now it's time for you to apply, right? No matter where I am home. No external stimuli can come in and ruffle anything that I have worked so diligently on, right? So here I am. The sanctuary is me. Peace I bring, clearing away everything that does not serve me. Now and forever a day, right? It's like hip, 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 hooray. Because I'm clearing the path and I'm doing all that is required, is needed. I feel I've learned I need to do. Because you are wanted. There's things that you need to do, that you are creating too, that you need to work on, or that you need to put out there into creation. You are creating these nations. Oh my god. Yes, you are. Procreate, whether this be creatively, artistically, whatever it is, everyone's going to be here different. You know, whatever it is that you do that you're passionate about, that, yeah, that. Let's extract that, get that out there. Like, pronto, right? You have mastered the ability to discern, so trust yourself. Even if it's not visible in the 3D, trust your intuition, if you know what I mean, and trust your experience to be able to identify the energy that you know what it feels like. Alright, so say, oh, I don't trust my intuition. Okay, but I trust energy. And I know that when I pay attention, I'm able to feel, because energy is real. Let me be clear, right? To the multidimensional layers that exist here, right? So here I am, clear as day, to know the energy of the vibration of that kind of energy and what it feels like because I've had experienced this before. So that's your ability as the master alchemist of your life to recall an energy, not to sit there and be sad or live in strife or, you know, and think about it not nice. It's to your ability to recall if you need, so that you can then create the energy of evolution, of healing that is coming from you. Right? We open those paths too. It's just what you do. So it's how you choose to use and do, because you are wise. It's just a matter of how you decide to clear. Everybody's going to be different, you know what I mean? But to know your position and your place, that you're always safe. Be empowered to empower, because you are powerful. Okay, great. So I hope that was helpful to you in every kind of way. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know how that was for you. and how it resonated with you. That's helpful to me because it allows me to connect with you some more so that when I am doing these kind of energy collective reads, I pick up on your energy too, you know what I mean? And I'm able to, yeah, give you what you need. Yeah, that's how it works for me. Mr. Prostitutes, right? Okay, yay! Alright, so thank you. And moving on to pile number 3. Pile number 3. Thank you for joining me. So, everything I do is freestyle. So, freestyle this is. So, your divine directions, recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look at yourself. Alright, so. Oh, I hear. Okay, lots of things, my dear. So maybe some of you are feeling like pressured in time, right? See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny, right? Releasing Sappho, the poetess, poetess, poetess. I am a poetess. Damn motherfuckers, straight. The poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely. So this is kind of divine feminine oracle. So even if you're a male in this house, this has nothing to do with gender specifics. Divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy are energy. Okay? Okay, so releasing. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. Recharging. Slow down. Slow down in this fast, spinning current time, right? That can make you feel like time is speeding on by and you gotta do something right now at this time. Breathe in at this time. It's recharging your time during this speedy wheel of a hamster wheel that will have you spinning like here and then boop. I've been here before, right? See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. You are the creator and maker of your time. Release all judgments about you that you have on you that keeps you in some kind of hidden or less vocal kind of way because of what others might have to say, right? Some of you can be, listen, most people that I attract and draw in you're all creative, intuitives, and in your own unique right in whichever way that you are, right? And whichever field that you're in, no matter what field that you're in, even though one might differ from the other, you are like unique. I attract a lot of unique, beautiful, different souls from all over the world, right? So that's you, right? Poetess. This is divine feminine energy cards. Like I said, it has nothing to do with gender, right? It's about the tapping in of this divine feminine energy that exists within you. You are not without this energy, no matter what gender you are, or and no matter which energy you tend to resonate in. The whole idea of energy, period, divine masculine energy, divine feminine energy existing within you is to unify the two existing within you, that yin and yang kind of effect, right? Where you are in wholeness kind of vibrations with yourself, balance, right? Where one is complete in itself, but whole with its other, and so unifying that. So when I feel like I just hear it, right? Recharging right now and getting into your please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look after yourself. You can still keep busy and do what you have to do. But the slow down that I hear, or the recharge that I need, is about the balancing of the alchemy of the mind, of what it is that you intend to bring or breed or seed or create into now existence, right? Because sometimes we decide something in a paradigm that we were once in, and then we grow out of that paradigm. But goal or plan may not necessarily change, but still the perception has grown, it has evolved, and you have grown and you have evolved. But sometimes, due to our conditioning, right, our behavioral patterns and conditionings, we tend to neglect the aspect, the consciousness, the awareness part of ourselves that highlights for us the behavioral pattern and conditioning that would speak against our current now. This is why we can sometimes spiral out, because we're not identifying the behavioral pattern and conditioning that is contributing to whatever it is that is not helpful or useful or whatever, or beneficial to the current evolution that we are technically on, but just less developed in being able to find the practice that is our own through the discovery channel that we have to purposefully and intentionally be mindful to create, because that is what we're creating when we are unconditioning something. When you are unlearning something because you are finding your truth, you are then applying that in every single dynamic. And so it's always a learning process, right? Because this is part of the progress, right? So there might be something about your current situation, right? That you might be embarking on, right? I don't know, right? And it's energy fuel is combined with a previous paradigm of a line that was at once upon a time that no longer applies, that needs to be identified. This is the collective read, so I cannot say what it is for each and every one. You know what I mean? But it's just an energy that I'm trying to articulate best I can for, this sense of channeling or whatever, right? That needs to be released. And also this can be self-perception as well, that is still navigating the system. Like, if you haven't worked on your personal self-esteem, right, and you're embarking on the big things that you have now worked yourself up to do, because you've intellectualized that too, because that's part of your behavioral pattern and conditioning, to articulate and create this mental construct of how you conduct your system, right? That sometimes the emotional realm of the parts that are required to evolve, right? Because it's the most toughest one, to go through, because it requires you to feel, okay? It requires you to identify. It requires you to deal so that you can heal. And, as an evolutionist, I'm a solutionist. And the only way to create your solution is to go through the evolution, right? That's why I created my Evolve Into It coaching portal system that you should really check out if that is something that you're into, because it might be very beneficial to you in terms of keeping you in your whole entire wholeness, vibrations, and alchemy, mind, body, heart, and soul, offering you a lot of different kinds of tools that you can use and activate for yourself too, that will keep you empowered to do in that full alignment as you develop your own, foundation of empowerment, right? That allows you to keep on activating and doing what you want to do and make it manifest for yourself too, right? So this recharge, right? See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny, right? Because there's something for you. And there's like an inkling of it too, that you believe it too, but there's conditioning in you that needs to be worked through in your in your self appearance or reasoning behind something. Like, it's like having an argument with a parent, right? Excuse the example and just take the resonance of the energy of the example. That's it. I don't even know where these examples come from. I'm just flowing, okay? We just flowing. So we growing. Okay. Right? So it's like taking the energy to understand just the concept of this kind of thing, right? Thank you. Sometimes we just need to regroup. I was like, what? Okay, I do that a lot. If you watch any and all my videos, which there are many, okay, so go get your popcorn. There's plenty to watch. I forgot what I was gonna say. So anyways, I got back into the energy of the point I was just trying to make. It's just like, you know, and this is just an example, okay? I don't know where it's going, but it's an example. So, it's like growing up as, and having a father, right, or a mother that doubts you or, you know, gaslights you or makes you feel like you have to follow a specific kind of structure, right, or way, right, of being, right, or you think you have to follow this regimen, right, and then because maybe you were always different and did things differently or whatever, but you still try to follow suit and obey or whatever and still try to convey that, you know, whatever the case may be, always proving yourself or having to, like, you know, in some kind of way, like, trying to prove yourself or something, like, you know, be validated or accepted for as you are, and you follow it suit. And then getting to this point in your life where you're gifted this opportunity to be able to get to that leveling of, I told you I can do it, right? Right? Spirit's like, whoa, take a scale back to fix, to align that paradigm that maybe was once upon a time. Like, are you in pursuit of revenge in your light of success or abundance, or why are you doing, like, you know, what you're doing right now? What is the passion root behind it too, right? To just come to that truth. It's not about judgment too. Like, listen, we all, like, have our moments. Right? There was a time, and this is just, you know, for relatability, guys, where there was a member of my family that, you know, just to keep it light, and I don't even need to identify whom, but you'd be like, what? But it's like, I would never love that person, right? But that was not a truth that remains forever, right? And just how evolution and healing and forgiveness can do us better, right? But you know, and we may say things in those states of beings, like, I'm gonna prove to you, or, you know, or maybe we don't say those things, but, you know, it's the root of our fuel. Like, it's okay to be sparked by opposition, right? Because sometimes we need that energy of push to push us where we're not, right? So it's like, oh, wait a minute, let me wake up. Oh, damn, no, what do you mean I can't do it? I can do it, right? Kind of thing. So, and recharge ourselves, right? And just be able to prove to me, right? But it's about getting to that finish line. But what is your aha moment at that finish line? Like, proving to whom? Right? So that's the alchemy. Babies, because it doesn't mean stop doing what you're doing. It just means get to the alchemy that is your truth now. No, I'm doing this for myself right now. Let me align with that truth and think, you know, and because you got to reprogram, recalibrate, you need to adjust, because it's a conditioned behavioral pattern influence that has taken residence. And so you're transmuting that. You know what I mean? Or another scenario I'm hearing, like, in my mind is like, you know, or you're proving that you get to this certain kind of place. So I did this, and meanwhile, you're doing it out of spite, that would feel like, right? And meanwhile, it's not even what you really want. You want to be over here. So it's like, oh, I built this, I became CEO, you know, of this company, corporation, I don't know, I don't speak lingos or anything. I speak energy. Right, and, what do I think? My legs, I need to stretch them. Thank you, forgive me. Right, so, what was I saying? Right, yeah, right, you get to reach the top, right? And meanwhile, you want to be like a singer. But because that was what was expected of you, right, to do, you accomplish it too, and this is your high point of your like existence, and it's a shell of your own existence. Or you go up there forgetting you still because it was a route of proving something. You get what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. Listen, let me know how that resonates for you and what it is that I'm saying to you, because, you know, it's just how it's registering to recharging, slowing down in this speedy world. Because, yeah, there's opportunity here for you to do something, right? But something needs to be released. And I love every inch of my body, and I love the woman in my life fiercely, right? So this is just even telling me self-love, self-love, body love, right? Right? Maybe you're in an industry, or you're in a right, like sometimes you don't feel good enough in the field that you truly want because you're comparing yourself to others or someone else or this or that or this or that. That'll keep you paralyzed, right? Since shifting, adjusting our crowns, right? Right, right. I love every inch of me. Oh, this I do mean. I see this everything I need to be. I succeed. I am success. I am abundant. I am best suited for my own unique positioning here to deliver what is unique from I to all who care to engage with I, but this here is universe and I. Poet is I. I feel these things from my soul and I express these things whole. And so this be my truth to know that I surrender to this vulnerability, this divine feminine energy existing deep within me that says, yes, it's okay to nurture, care, and fill, feed, take care of my own personal wants and needs. What is it that I feel that others don't give me that I need to give to myself, so that as I embark on this journey of new opportunity that is great in my elevate, in my evolution, I am not rocked by any false constitution. Because this here is my revolution. Oh, you know, anyways. Thank you, pile number 3. I'm going to end it there because I gotta keep going. I hope that was helpful for you, so please do let me know how that resonated with you and how it resonates with you, because when you do that, it allows me to connect more with you, and so that when I do these kind of things, I connect with your energy and I'm able to bring for you to the surface whatever it is that you seek. You know what I mean, jelly beans? So thank you for stopping by. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to share and do all those kind of things. That's what I love and care. Okay, and you're free to pick any other pick a pile, right? That we are moving on to. So moving on to pile number 4. I did it. I remembered to continue to do it. Pile number 4. Hi. Thank you for tuning in with I. So this is an intuitive read. you receive all that you need to continue to breathe and see the mind, body, heart, and soul alchemy that is divine in you. I cheer for you and the evolution of you. Right? Power number 4, abundance to you in all that you do. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. Hip, hip, hooray! Abundance, great news. Foundations, on your foundations too, because number 4, 2 is all about building solid foundations, right? The saint of true freedom, right? Working on you, doing the things that set you free. Like, love is what sets me free. I'm married to my own soul, you know what I mean? 4. We're getting into this space of this place of owning this with grace, this kind of energy of abundance to appreciate. You know, maybe there's been experiences that have created certain kind of distorted lens that were hard to comprehend, and sometimes it's hard to shift from a reality that you want to fix, right? Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars, right? Gratitude. Here we are. So love is what sets you free. I'm married to my own soul. You are not incomplete. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. Gratitude. Abundance to you. Good news on the way. Great news is heading your way. There's so many like different energies, like when you start like to observe without attachment or association to the things that you receive, right? This for somebody. And you're able to redirect the energy of like what is being received, right, by others to you, right? Anchoring in gratitude despite what you're being given, right? It's like getting the short end of a stick sometimes in certain kind of reality zones. It doesn't mean in everything. It just means in certain things that maybe that are pressing to you right now, right? That you want here, right? That you're searching for, my dear, right? That you're seeking, right? Right? And there's this part of you reserved too, right? That observes too. And knows the truth. But maybe struggles or is challenged by seeing it for yourself. It's like the martyr kind of energy. It's like the wanting so much good for others around you and believing it for them, because you see out of that lens of abundance all around. Like, you're naturally soul connected to the to the to the I want to articulate this right of how I'm receiving this. I'm sorry. I want to hug you, whoever you are. I'm trying to read that to people, but I want to hug you. Okay. I like that. It repels. I'm feeling different energies and giving different messages, so that's good. But I want to hug you because you are deserving of so much. And because you're such a good person. And you want good for others. So much. So that you overlook yourself. That's what I want to articulate. Right. Like, all that energy that you give out to others, genuinely, right? Has yet to receive it back in the way that you know you deserve, and still some part of you is unheard. And what Spirit wants you to see, it's a beautiful energy. Let your lighthouse guide you home to the stars. Great news is heading your way. Abundance is coming to you in many forms. You're a beautiful soul of so many beautiful things and energies that radiate from you genuinely too. Of everything that you exude, that you give to others. Selflessly. Are you there for others energetically? Probably worry about those that you love, right? A lot. And just, are there for the people around you because you are the lighthouse. That grounding lighthouse of support, maybe, right? The saint of true freedom, true friendship, I think, too. Like a certain kind of like loyalty, right? And that's all abundance energy. So here's the paradigm shift for you. That's all abundant energy, boo. That is all you, existing in you. Spirit wants you to see that too. To allow yourself to have this shift, like, ooh, uplift, oh shit. I do this? I'm cute? I radiate abundance? Naturally? All the time? Yes! You are abundance. You are abundance. You are abundance, and it's time you see. Great news is heading on your way. Yay! Celebrate! Let me know, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm excited for you because deserving does speak truth, right? The saint of true freedom. So I want you to see that you are worthy to receive these things, not just others. Stop overlooking yourself. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. You are a star, emanating this beautiful energy. And it comes, it's like such a large, like it's an immense gratitude that you have for life, for things. Like you see the bigger picture in many little things that people often miss, or you know, you want you want the best, like for everyone, and you give that off, and that's energy. That is a gift. That is abundance. That is something that you genuinely give to other people that they receive. Genuinely, that's an energy. Whether they reciprocate, whether they acknowledge it, whether whatever they take it. Okay, and that's all you. You're the giver of that. Do you see through the distorted lens of how abundant you truly are? Yeah. Look, love is what sets me free. Love you, love me, I love me. Empowered I am to see the abundance that radiates this energy existing in me. I have always been abundant. I see. Current sees me. Powerful I am to now be married to my own soul. Beautiful. You're beautiful. Let me know how this resonates with you. Pile number 4. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your presence. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Make sure to, like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, let me know how this resonates with you. And, because it allows me to further connect with you in these kind of ways so that when I do things like this, this is, at no cost to you. It allows me to connect with your energy too, to be able to present for you, when I do things like this, a message for you. Always, the more that we connect. So yeah, that is great. And yeah, so moving on to pile. You're more than free to also choose other piles, you know what I mean? Moving on to pile number 5. Thank you guys. Welcome. So I have to like stretch it out between these takes, so not that I have to say, hi Ebony, I heard you got kicked out of the room. It's Ebony Moon, her rescue kitty. But moving on to pile number 5. I'm not going to lift up the camera again. So pile number 5. 5. The number 5 is all about change, right? Transformation. Into usually like an unknown territory, right? Because if you think about it, at 4, you're building a foundation, right? With the number 4, you're building something, but still its result of whatever it is that you're trying to build is what is a variable that plagues or plays in many of our minds when we don't know the outcome of certain kind of things, you know what I mean? So 5 is transformational. It's the number of change, because when you're doing something, there is an effect. And so that effect will show itself in some shape or form, right? So 5, I think about it like that. So you got passion. Passion isn't confined to sexual energy. Life is meant to be felt. Don't hold back. Right. So some major transformation, activation, change, right? Depending on who's coming here, because This is a collective reading, not a personal reading, and there's different energies that I'm going to be articulating, receiving in whichever shape or form, so take with it as it resonates, right? So okay, so like passion. So I think, right, I'm thinking masculine energy. So even though I'm using the divine feminine energy oracles, I like it too because I feel a strong masculine energy, right? We got Sekhmet, the red lady. So like passion, I think of red, right? Look, I even just diverted and looked to my bracelet, which is from Mercado de Bruja. I'll put her information. It's my seeing eye bracelet. Eyes everywhere, right? But from Mercado de Bruja, right? So I'll put that information. Sorry. Okay, that was a side note. But the lead right, what I'm getting is a lot of. Is it repressed? Held in? Suppressed? Passion? Right? And then look, I am a galactic starseed blooming. So, but look at that, I see a cactus. Prickly. You might be prickly. I'm a galactic starseed blooming. Look at faith. Alright, I'm hearing this. Alright, faith. So, Sekhmet, the red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. There we go. I'm a galactic starseed blooming. Here we go. Passion, consuming, right? So there's something that is transforming or wanting to transform or needs to be transformed. Take it how it resonates, right? In your life in regards to your passions burning bright, because there's something that you're feeling inside that's like, oh, I hear raging inside, right? So this passion that wants to burst alive. And maybe like celibate life or like you know associating these passions maybe with with us. We want to be fair. I don't want to rush any kind of articulation of anything that I hear. Like to like there's so many multi-dimensional layers to so many different things. Like we can be passionate about this, we can be passionate about that, we can be passionate about this, and that, right? And it's the fuel, it's an energy of something that inspires us, activates us, gets us going, something we love. You can relate that to something you like to do, a hobby too, or some kind of thing you like to do, like like me, I like to do these kind of things. It's a hobby for me. I'm passionate about it. I love this kind of engagement, whether anyone listens or not, or joins in or watches. You see, I'm in my alchemy of understanding why I do this. For me, collective is that kind of seed, fine, that I breed and I share. But I know these kind of things, but I'm just saying, like, that's not the reason, right? Or just aligning in that kind of truth, right? About the passions that we have. And some passions we deny or hold back on from expressing live. And so sometimes we associate certain circumstances. Oh, it's because of this, because we're projecting. Oh, okay, right? It's because of this, right? Meanwhile, Spirit is saying, because this is a divine directions reading. So if you are sensitive to triggers, I'm not sorry. When you're ready to, and it's not in a negative content. It's just, I guess, I pick up what I pick up. Like, maybe someone might feel a little type of way hearing this message in this kind of way. But, and great, it needs to be said. right? So for your own evolution, right? Because you're galactic and you're in the energy of this opportunity, of this blooming that is you, right? And so Spirit's like, hey, hey, let us better activate. Hey, hey, for you, this transformation too. Hey, hey, let's get you strong in your own victory, you see? By honoring the anger, the rage, the passion that has been suppressed or oppressed deep in you. Allow it to speak, no longer associating it and saying, oh, it's because of this kind of thing. Like I hear like the celibacy, or like, you know, I spoke to this person the other day that we were talking about celibacy, and and how quickly some associate celibacy, or not having intimacy with someone for whatever reasons that that they choose, or they don't choose and feel like, oh, I just can't relate, or like, in that kind of way, or whatever the kind of thing, or I'm not searching, I'm not looking, and so, whatever. And then many associate that experience from a lack there set of paradigm mind, right? Instead of looking at it as, okay, it's not the time, right? It's not about, that's not about everything in my life, right? Let me self-engage to my power lineage that is I, about what it is that it is for me, that Spirit wants me to see, that keeps me safe and protected. Because, those kind of intimacies or interactions for someone that's like you absorb a lot of the things that come to you and may have in your life taken on more than you should have for others, because that's who you are, right? You are galactic. You are blooming always. And maybe some people have snubbed that bloom from you to feel in some kind of way. And so now gloom is sometimes the lens you look through for you. Not necessarily for everything else, right? But maybe for you and the perception of you about what you think you're capable of receiving, or something that you're falsely believing. But like Spirit's like message, have faith, right? Faith in things unseen provides you with strength. When you find the necessary energy and meaning for it, when you activate this within yourself, sometimes something got to be taken away for you to look at it in a different kind of way, instead of staying stuck in that kind of way, right? Because you're powerful in that kind of way, and maybe you got some pricklies to get through. I see the cactus there too, right? So some pricklies. I don't know what that means, right? So it's just like, yeah, so something's bothering you still, like something picas, like something inside, whether you talk about it or not in life, like something bothers you inside about the dissatisfaction of not receiving something that you are passionate about, that needs to be expressed. You need to allow it to bloom. And then the fact that it's talking about sexual energy too, so maybe that tells me that maybe some of you may refrain, from I attract that energy too, because, that's a lifestyle path, that I activate and I speak about, in different kind of ways on different platforms. Okay, so I draw that energy kind of into where people take that time out instead of jumping from partner to partner to partner, and which is great, but sometimes some get caught up in the lonely debate, right? So how do you change from that kind of perception of feeling that lack of, companionship, right? But, so there's something you're passionate about that maybe you feel silent about or just not confident about or clear about. Use your passions, so I'm hearing there's more than one, to help you release and express your passion that you feel lack thereof. Let's say it's like a relationship or love or like, passionate intimacy, sexual relations, right? Let's say it's that. Not to hold yourself back. Like let's say you are a cartoonist, drawing a skit, expressing your inner pain. Let's say you are a writer, writing a story or a poem, expressing it and sharing, right? Because it says don't hold back. Life is meant to be felt. So you're experiencing these things and you're retaining certain kind of like levelings of emotions or passions inside that are asking you, or maybe that doesn't resonate with you. Maybe this is confirmation for you that this is what is spirit saying. Yeah, continue if this is what you are doing, right? You are being passionate. You're not holding back, right? You are like executing your confidence and your strength, right? You honoring your voice and you're giving yourself the opportunity to bloom because you know your place. I'm galactic starseed blooming, right? You have faith too in things unseen. You can look at it that way too. Like I said, this is a collective read. This is not a personal read. So I'm always going to read every single side of the spectrum because I like to give the whole. Because there's going to be different souls that come here in different spaces. And that's just the way that it's going to be. Right? So be free to allow your passions to express themselves through the things you love to do that you're passionate about as well, right? Don't look at it as a well of lack. Look at it as an ocean to explore. Right? I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. I am free to express myself through my hobbies, right? I am galactic starseed blooming. Okay, either way. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, number 5, for tuning in with me at this time. I appreciate you. Let me know how this resonates with you because the more that we connect in this kind of way, the more that I'm able to tap into your energy strain too and deliver for you various messages whenever I do things like this. The times that I do because reciprocity goes a long way to be able to engage and communicate in that kind of way. It's the only way that we are going to activate at least our connection with one another. So number 5, I hope that was something that resonates with you, my body, heart, and soul. Moving on to pile number 6. Pile number 6. Hello, pile number 6. So I am liking the flow of the mix of this. It's going great. You are free to choose more than one pile. I like that every single pile has a different energy to it. So it's like delivering different multi-dimensional aspects of messages in whichever shape or form that is going to be received for whomever needs to receive, right? In that kind of way. So, woo, number 6. The energy of you, number 6. Soulmate. Soulmates are important people who teach you life lessons. They can be friends, lovers, and family members. Then you have trust and act accordingly. Then you have nature. And then you have Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, right? I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Yes. Me gustas. Alright. Pile number 6. Pile number 6. Oh, hold on one second. Hi. Forgive me, guys. I just remembered something at the last minute of time, but here we are. Okay, so getting back into the groove of your message at this time, right? The energy from 5 to 6 changed completely, right? So here we go. Soulmates. Soulmates are important people who teach you life lessons. They can be friends, lovers, and family members. Right away, what I'm hearing, right, is many valuable lessons. Although some may have been challenging and you are still learning, right? But you're beginning to identify with clarity, or maybe you are fully, whichever place you are in, right? Or you're learning this and building this alchemy of discernment. But by checking yourself deep, learning this as we speak. Some tough lessons, right? Because we get to a number 6, right? Just even number 6. The number 6 is about even give and take in some kind of way. The balance of something that comes together, unifying together and creating like some kind of bridge, right? Of workmanship, right? So you've been working a lot on yourself. You've been working a lot on yourself, right? Realizing the importance of that through the lessons that you have been really awakening yourself to from the soulmate connections that you have encountered or making or just observing, right? Because you're, look at the eyes here. So you're here, you're seeing. You're in your divine feminine energy too, in terms of feeling. Or if you're not, then that is Spirit's advisement to you to tap into the divine feminine energy within you, right? Right? Don't just go into nature to say I went into nature. Go into nature to really connect with the divine feminine Mother Earth energy of nature that speaks to you through spirit, that you need to silence yourself to see. It's not something you can capture on picture or 3D. It's a landscape within deep, right? So it's not being superficial in terms of completing certain things, right? In that landscape. But here you are, divine feminine energy, whether you're male or female, this is not gender specific, because we each have divine feminine and divine masculine energies existing within us, right? Learning to trust and act in accordance to our truths through every stage, through every development, through every evolution, to be at least in authentic vibrations with ourselves, whether we choose to express ourselves and explain ourselves or share ourselves or, hide ourselves or hermit away ourselves or just do our own thing silently ourselves, then, taking an introspective approach to something, right? You're taking the time, you're doing the work, or you're mentally preparing to do the physical work that is needed for you to reconnect so that you can trust and act in accordance to you, right? Because like I said, this is a collective message. There's different energies here in different places of spaces each of you are on that may vibrate with this pile, right? The goddess of abundance. Learning through your experience of the soulmates in your life, right? How to identify a soulmate connection, right? And it doesn't mean that it's not karmic in connection, right? Because just so that you can understand soulmate into the levels of what I am communicating here, so that we can at least be on the same, page of what it is that I'm trying to convey when I say soulmate here, you and I, right? At this time, what your take and meaning and definition and belief system of soulmate is, that is yours. I am not trying to change it, shift it, or tell you to think any other differently than what it is that I'm saying. But I just want you to, for the message of this, right, that I'm trying to articulate and convey to you, is so that we can be on the same page of this leveling of soulmate. Soulmates are those that we have heart connections with, right? And are see? This is why I don't tie myself to any kind of leveling of belief, of understanding, overstanding, and saying this is my finality of understanding, because I understand evolution, right? In a much complex kind of way that I try to articulate the best that I can, but to know that we expand, right? So even my definition of what I was trying to explain soulmates to you about, based off of, the last chicken, just changed. I'm just like, wait a minute, sorry, come on, what are you trying to have me say? So, right, I'm not going to explain the definition of soulmates at this time because it's irrelevant to the message anyways. We'll go there and we'll tap into another type video for that. But alright, so just what I'm hearing. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, we just started 2021, so I'm gonna go with the whole totality of 2020. We can all say that that is a chapter being moved on from. We're in 2021, right? So in 2020, we've had our own divine soulmate kind of experiences with others. When we were, in our most conscious of effort of being, right? No matter what level it is that we come into this place of being, observing and experiencing and articulating to ourselves, or, these experiences with these various different energies of people that are a part of our lives for certain moments, times, or, durations, and so lots of assessments were made in 2020 in terms of our own personal observations, of our own personal positions, right? Highlighting many truths and different things that were coming into our own awareness, right? And teaching us more depth into connecting with ourselves and aligning best with ourselves. And even if we still sway every which way on occasion, still the drive is to do good, be good, and do great, and then have whatever it is that we wish to obtain as the focus of what it is that we want to achieve, right? And if you're here and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know what it is that I want to achieve, I don't see that clear. That's the message from Spirit from you too, my dear, is to articulate that in 2021 clear about what it is that you want to do. Make it clear for you, right? Based off of the experiences of what you have experienced too, that are here to teach you certain cycles that you are here to transmute. And the way that you transmute certain kind of things is by identifying them in your own circle of life. So instead of taking in the experience of your own circle of life, which is generational conditioning, behavioral patterns that you learn to create for yourself and establish for yourself in your own life, that cause misalignment in every kind of way to the truth of your evolutionary brain that's trying to help you to rise and activate wise your position, right? Your grounding is coming in the lessons of the people in your life. That's just the truth. And sometimes these experiences with the people in our life may not be so great. Well, what do we have here? A failure to communicate and a failure to vibe on any kind of level, right? But we personalize a lot of things, right? Because of the nature of spirit that we are. Because you would think of it like, I'm going to do that to you or to anyone. So why you do that to me? And so we victimize a lot of things, and we can't get over the hurt that it brings, right? And so we stay stuck sometimes in certain kind of things, or we just be like, why me? Why am I put into this position? Why do I have to overcome? Why it can't be easy for me like it would be for this person? Why do I have to do this? Why can it come like this? Why, and there's a lot of whys that can come in that can distort your vision that can be created for yourself, because it's just a lot of promotion and chaos going on around you, because that's conditioned to you to witness and see, and because your environment doesn't teach you how to activate and remove yourself from these things that they're giving to you, right? You can't get healed in the same environment that made you sick. That kind of theory, it's like trying to heal from an abusive home environment, living in the same abusive home environment that's still carrying out abuse. How do I heal from that too here in this space of a place? And that's just coming from my own leveling of activate, of just trying to convey to you the leveling of truth that has been at least trying to make itself clear to you in your life. Whether you choose to accept it, now that's your position, right? So you're learning that through the people that are closest to you. Because for whatever reason, right, it's the only way in this life realm for you, in this lifetime too. It's the only position that can be played to make you see the other way, but you can't get caught up in the display by getting your heart crushed or censored or shy or creatively blocked or suppressed, oppressed, or not trusting or feeling abundant due to the environment, It's like, how does a child dream of wealth when they come from a very poor family? How do you teach the child to see past their circumstance so that they won't repeat or do or live the same cycle? How do they rise out of that environment that which they come from and they see no way out? Right? So I know this went deep for number 6. I don't expect this either, you know what I mean? But it's just how it is and I'm receiving it. So take it as it is. Like, you know what I mean? Trust and act in accordance. Right? That's the message, spirit, to you. This drive in 2021 time is to trust and act in accordance to your divine, no longer ignoring it this time. That's the message for you. Right? Your connection to this divine feminine energy connecting in nature. So you're a nature spirit. You like the nature. You like to go outdoors. You like that kind of like tree life, going on hikes or whatever the case may be. Like that entertains you, going sitting by the lake or ocean, pond, under a tree, at the beach, on a rooftop, like wherever, on grass, like, just communing and connecting, reconnecting, grounding, right? To understanding that too. The development of you that's learning to understand that too. The power of you that comes from those acts that you may continue to create, to solidify within you, so that, look, Lakshmi is here, right? Beautiful card. The goddess of abundance. There's nothing that she lacks, right? I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job, right? And so that's kind of like, I guess, your 2021 opening challenge is not personalizing any longer the behaviors of others towards you in some kind of way, to taint or dampen the experience of you and your journey and your creation story. So it's like, going through the dark tunnel anyways, right? Even though you don't know the outcome. Feeling abundant, knowing that outcome, because you are who you are. So tapping into that and further expanding. And then sometimes we have the not so nice of experiences from others that made us feel a type of way. That those are the feelings that sometimes we can get lost in and trapped in, to participate in the thought of that feeling that was felt, instead of seeing the feeling for what it is, identifying it, calling the motherfucker out, right? Like, what's that about? I mean, come out here and look at me. Are you saying I'm ugly? You ugly. I'm not ugly. What are you saying? I'm fat? I'm not fat. I'm cute. And I know I'm being silly too, but I'm just saying, getting into the groove of you and knowing your truth, because that's what's going to hold you down. If you're triggered by something, it's because there's something there that is trying to reveal itself to you, so that you can not in the future be triggered again. It's not meant for you to be carried like around with you, right? And so energy is energy, and sometimes things attach themselves onto us because of the type of natural energy that you are. And before you even got to see the natural energy that you are, so many entity and attachments and experience and conditionings and all these kind of other fudge shit things that came into you, threw themselves onto you, activating themselves into you, and all you've ever known to do is to create from that feeling of an experience. And so you created something else without ever getting to really fully see or appreciate the beautiful being and the deserving being and the creature and the creative beautiful soul that is so abundant and wealthy naturally that you are. So think the people that may have made you feel some type of way, because they helped you to teach. They helped teach you important lessons about this life of how to activate within you the thing that you feel that is missing, right? Through that experience, and instead learn to give that to yourself by calling it out and asking, yo, what can I do about this? I feel lonely. Well, don't feel lonely no more. I feel lonely. I want a partner. I want this. I want, right? So this, right? I'm hearing a whole bunch of stuff now, right? Where I want to not have to worry about this or do this. Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to struggle with this? Why do I have a hard time with this? Right? There's so many different things that you can have with that, right? But if you go to the root of all of that, is there the lack of abundance you feel about yourself? So let's get to the root of that, right? So that that vibration energy shift can change within you, so that you can optimize that for you and put that to good use in 2021. You see, right? Having learned from all the important people that were around you and trust and act in accordance to you and the things that you need to do. And any single time that you get a little bit wobbly, go out into nature and do that connected thing that you love, and tap into the Lakshmi energy, this goddess divine of abundance, right here. Fiery and all time, knowing I choose to feel abundant, know that it's a choice. Wealth is an inside job. I am working on me inside of me. And so there's a lot of evolution in that, you know what I mean? And so you learned a lot of things from the people in your life. Release what you've learned, and then ask, what is the application I am to apply from this lesson that I am to learn in my own life, so that I can use it in a healthy way, to evolutionize my own reign for my own gain, you know what I mean? And so nature is a big thing for this group right here, right? Trust and act in accordance, right? Trust your intuition, okay? Stop ignoring it. That was another message that we were picking up from before. That maybe in 2020, maybe part of that was learning, wow, maybe I should listen to myself more. Maybe I should trust what I receive. You know, I'm a divine being. Yes, activating those kind of seeds. Awesome. Are these seeds that we breathe? Thank you, Pal 6, so much for tuning in. That's what's up. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to share with me how this resonates for you too. The more that we energetically connect is the more that I can be able to prescribe and to also do other kind of energy reads at this time that picks up on your energy, and to be able to deliver to you a message that is for you, mind, body, heart, and soul infusion in that kind of way. So yeah, also there's going to be a link shared, and it's the master link of all links that connects us in every which kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And so now, moving on to pile number 7. Pile 7. Clearing the space. I was saying to the other piles that I enjoy that each of these piles were something different, like a different energy of a message. So you might feel inclined to choose another pile because it's going to be a different vibration of a message, of an aspect of a multi-dimension, of a insight that can be for you, you know, if you choose to. So feel free, you know. It's a collective read, it's not a personal read, so, you know, take, again, what resonates. I'm like, well, what does not? I didn't feel the need from all the other pals to read Light Sage prior to when I started to engage, and then 7 came, and I was just like, let me light some sage. So, let you light some sage. We lighting some sage up in here. Right? And I hear it's a mindset, my dear. Oh, okay. Here we are. Pile number 7. Lighting some sage, right? Activating the power that is I. awakening to the truth of the part in me activating my dreams into existence. I don't know. That's all I have. Okay. Okay. I'm loving all the files over here. So file number 7. Yeah. This one's about the career. It's time to add extra energy to your career area. Maybe try something new. Right? Something bold, something daring, something innovative, something not traditional. Right? Like, there are no wrong terms. You're unique in every kind of way, right? This is a moment of you to reflect. Reflection. Like Thecla, the prophetess of true power. Right? How beautiful. Lioness, divine feminine energy. Whether you're masculine or feminine gender is not anything to do with the depiction of divine feminine energy when I speak, even though it's depicted in a feminine energy, like gender specific, it's just part of our conditioning, right? But when we speak about it in energy, we each have within us divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy that exists inside, and the unify of that is part of our alchemy and our balance in life, right? So here I am, being asked, maybe you're here, this is confirmation right there, or maybe this is the place that you need to go because this is about divine directions, right? What is the next step for you, right? Reflection here too. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own, right? So maybe like following some kind of regimen or structure, right? Of something being told to you or conveyed to you or made to, it's like our educational system, right? Like you have to go to school, you have to get your degree, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to get this license, you have to get that, you have to go, you have to do all these kind of things to do certain kind of things. Or maybe you get into a corporation and you have ways that this corporation, the idea of this corporation and this business or this platform, it may be dominating the charts, or maybe that's for someone, dominating, the airwaves of whatever, entertain, or, just the energy of our system, right? Belief system, or just way of being, right? And you scale back, or don't do, or don't choose to be bold for you, or don't do where spirit is wanting to lead you, right? Or breed you, seed you, because of the release that is required from you, or the reflection too, right? Or maybe, right, because like I said, this is a collective read, it's not a personal read, so take with it as it resonates. It's going to be different people here choosing for different various reasons. Maybe all apply, maybe none apply, whatever the case may be. You can choose another pile too. But there's this extreme need or time of reflection that's happening here in regards to maybe your career or your path or the things that you have chosen to do. Or maybe there's a setback or perceived failure, or something's taking too long, right? Take it as it resonates. Something like the long way, or and still not where you want to be, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so this moment of reflection, because 2021, Spirit wants to remind you that you are the alchemist of you and your truth, right? So your true power. So it's, I call my power back from all time. It doesn't matter what yesterday said. It doesn't matter what today brings. What matters is my position in these things and my part, the end role that I choose to activate for me. So I call my power back, because maybe, sometimes we feel powerless, because how do you go against the system? How do you go against something that is already indoctrinated? How do I go against something that I'm already doing? I don't know how to get out, like, those kind of things. Or you know, it's just something, how can I be bold? How can I be daring? How can I do something different? Like, this doesn't even have to be about career, but this could just be about lifestyle too. Like, oh, I've been meaning to diet this way and I just have not. Or I have been meaning to, you know, start incorporating this into my world, right? My lifestyle. So, you know, career and lifestyle are not far from one another, right? So you're building your foundations on whatever truths that you have embodied in you, right? And this can, you okay? Give me a second. Sorry about that. Taking this off. Like, right, so look at, I got a little, like, agitated here in my temples. So the pressure, right? I feel like there's pressure on you in something that you feel that you need to do, or something that you feel that you did not do, or something like that too. Like, you know, and somewhere in within you, right, that feels this kind of way, right? Look, because I'm getting that from this. There are no wrong turns, wrong way, right? Detours in some kind of way. Hey, right? Maybe that, right? So, there's something that you're refusing to see. Is required for you right now to go deep. Like, the mirror is right there. What you need to do is look over at the mirror that is you and realize that there's nothing that wrong that you have done, or there was something different that you needed to do. We're all where we need to be. You know, we make choices, and you know, you want to set yourself free. So maybe, you know, feeling some kind of things like, look at the prophetess of true power, right? So you see things differently, and maybe don't feel empowered to share that or express that in your field too. This can apply to work too. Like, let's say the whole company is doing the whole thing wrong, and you know exactly the solution, and you're just sitting there, and you're like, you know, because you feel powerless to say something, right? And so you don't say something, and it's just like, right? So it's like, I call my power back from all times, right? In all places needed. I am my own. And get into your center of truth and realize, and stop being hard on you. I hear that. Like, you're like, even if you're not hard on yourself externally, mentally you are. Something like that. Right? There's something you need to see in yourself that's beautiful. That's needed. That needs to be recognized by you in order to get through. And create what it is that spirit shows unto you to create, guides you, or you intuitively receive some kind of things that you are to breed or articulate or say. Like, there's something you need to say and get out of the way. Or, you know, there are no wrong turns. You did what you did. Like, you know, for the time that you were presented with. Like, you know, like, for me to say, for example, oh, I could have been 20 years, 30 years professionally and publicly in spirituality, as opposed to the 10 or so years I wasted in the fashion industry. And then I can move forward in that kind of logic and thought and paradigm that is really a blockage of mind, and centering, and it doesn't need to. It's a distorted view. It's like a bitter seed too, like looking at it like I did something wrong by not activating sooner publicly this leveling of spiritual. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it could be, it's just like there are no wrong turns, and whatever it is that you decided, that was the road that you needed to travel to get to this placement of where you are now, to learn from. What is there, what is attempting to be conveyed about the feelings that are being entertained in your mind, or that you're going to start plucking out to identify, so that you can transmute for you and be less critical of you and more compassionate towards you, pulling back the power that is you, because you are powerful. You see. So getting back into that clarity that is you, because clarity is power, right? We empower ourselves to see with clarity these things, truth and power. In this moment of reflection, when we choose to actually face our mirror. Right? So some might internally feel melancholy, or like saddened, or like not satisfied, or missing something in life. Right? This energy, this feminine energy inside, the emotions inside, like addressing that. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own, right? Right? And it's time to add extra energy to your own career area. Maybe try something new. So, like I said, this doesn't necessarily have to be career, but we're going to go with career. Career could be too, because that could be a dissatisfaction for you in the things that you do and the things that you have attempted to do, or have feel like you wasted time in doing, because you're not going here, and now you have to do this and this and this and this to get here in order to be here. Like, the mind can play with you in every kind of shape and form, right? Just really understanding that there are no wrong turns, that you are where you need to be. So what is the activating seed that you are learning from all of these kind of things? Like all my job journeys prior to leading me to my own publicly acclaimed spirituality practice and stuff, I learned a lot of valuable skills along the way that have fine-tuned and polished me to do what I need to do for me in every kind of way. So I don't take for granted the lessons in that for me, and the blessings that was for me, building my strategy, my economy, my currency, my belief in me, by the things that I see that I'm capable of doing and that have done numerous times, right? Getting into that level of activate in our own lives to now execute for ourselves something different that is going to bring us joy or alchemy, alignment. No longer looking away, pretending, or like ignoring like yourself, your emotions, right? Reflection. No longer ignoring your emotions about the life choices you have made leading up to date, and that if there are any changes that you want to make, no matter what it is, that it could be drastic too. It could be something that you've been wanting to do, like, or or are doing, and and maybe sometimes you feel like not so much wanting to give up, but still like I'm doing all of this, is it even gonna work? Or and doubting, like those kind of things. Realizing the power of you, and that there's something that you need to see when you look into that mirror. You're going to go deep and identify a lot of certain kind of things that are being asked to be seen by you at this time. All right, thank you. Pile number 7. I hope that was helpful and useful, and everything you needed to receive at this moment in time. Moving on to, right, so make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure to also communicate with me how this resonates for you deep, so that way our energies can continue to connect, so that when I do things like this, right, I can pick up on your energy too, and receive and deliver for you messages that are designed for you when you engage and energize my way as well. I hope that this was helpful for you. There is also a link that will be shared that is the master link of all links that connects you and I and every single multi-dimensional platform that I have created for us to connect on. Okay? Thank you so much. Moving on to pile number 8, because 8 is great. 8. Hi, pile number 8. 8 is great. Last but definitely not least, power packing punches with 8 being great in every kind of way. And so here we are. I'm recording. Here we are. Sometimes distractions in life come in. Maybe that's a message for you to reflect upon. And the level of aggravation we give to those distractions might be our very own self-sabotaging ways. of not committing or giving or doing something more in regards to where we are divinely led. That was for someone. Sorry. So pile number 8, something tells me you have a lot of distractions in your life, keeping you from full alignment without you having to look at the cards of yours, that require you to snap out of, because you might have a little struggle with not getting annoyed or frustrated or aggravated or headache. Right before this reading for number 8, I took off the headband that I had on. That was a crown, because it was penetrating my temples from number 7. Oh, tick, I think it was. Maybe you want to check out number 7. So, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, right, temples. So just like, some kind of frustration or something. But here we go. Alright, so create. Unlock your creative side with dance, music, art, or writing. Express yourself. The fudge the balls. Forgive me. The lighting will adjust, and then you'll see it eventually, okay? Here we go. Create. Unlock your creative side with dance, music, art, or writing. Express yourself. All the beautiful souls that I attract and draw to me are artists or expressionists or some kind of unique shining being. So every single pile, including you, is no different in that too. That you are powerfully creative in every kind of way, whether you use it or whether it shows in different kind of ways. Sometimes we have our own ways of where it shows our level of creativity, right? Then you have Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. So you are very giving. You give the shirt off your back. Meaning, right? I see an exalted being. Our Lady of Exalted Light. So you do what is right. So you take a lot of bites. Okay. So I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Saint Bridget, exalted queen, goddess here. Right? Create. And then you get the alchemical artist. Right? Alchemy is about the balance of many things integrating so that you can harmonize. And sometimes that can be a challenge. Especially, going back to the beginning of distractions. Perception, look at that. Beautiful. Yes, okay, let me articulate this. So we just started in 2020, and these are divine directions for 2021, right? We just started 2020 when we finished 2020, right? So this is divine direction for you in how to progress, process the things that you do and where you are on, right? Because you're alchemically aligned in this kind of way, right? So Spirit is like, you need to activate your leveling of create in your unique kind of way. Because look at this, perception too. I'm looking at her like an actress too. She is here on stage, right? Or she's a dancer, look at the shoes, right? Ballerina, dancer, actress, performer, or somebody that has a lot of presence. So you have a lot of presence. You're the alchemical artist. Your energy entertains. Your energy makes you take center stage. You are the Lady of Exalted Light. So some part of you has dulled your light. Some part of you has dulled your light, and you are being asked to alchemize in a new harmonious way by getting in touch, tapped in to the creativity that is you, the performer that is you. The performer that is you wants to be expressed. And Spirit wants you to create, to activate, because you are the lady that is exalted. Don't humble yourself. Don't dim your light. Like, so the question in mine is, where did the root of this dimming of my light begin? That I felt I needed to shine less than I am. Let me get to the root of the creation of this dimming, headache, expression, not fully being expressed. Yet, you do what is right all the time. Our Lady of Exalted Light, right? Shining bright. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. And maybe that's part of the dynamic of what you've had to feed yourself, right? Survivor. I'm a survivor. Right? Okay, whatever, right? But what I'm getting from this, right? Because I was looking at this whole entire Divine Directions reading as insight guidance to your next steps to help evolutionize you best, and where spirit or you're being led to further align and activate at this time to get you into clear, right? So there's something missing, my dear, right? Right? So something like that, or not missing, or just being made clearer for you. This could be confirmation. This could be, oh, I was doing that, and thank you, Spirit. Like, I'm receiving that as confirmation that this is what I've been working on, my creativity, allowing it to express myself, right? I'm getting that you're a performer. It's like look at, and then look at, I didn't even mean to put the position of the cards in this kind of way, but because I'm looking at it now in this kind of way, it's like the alchemical artist that's you. Oh. is being revealed or needing to be worked on or expressed, because the performer that is you, the performer that is you is hidden. Look at, oh, it's like, ta-da, mask off, and it's shifting your perception, because somewhere along the line, this part of you, which is inside of you, wanting to express itself to remove the mask that you have layered due to maybe experience, maybe due to, being told that you can't do this or you can't do that, or just life experience getting in the way and causing a lot of distractions for you to get out of your own leveling of performance and entertain, right? And again, like, I'm getting it, and I'm saying create and stuff like that. So this is like, this could be even hobby, tapping in or allowing yourself to creatively explore what you want to do. Singing, dancing, writing, right? Take out a piece of paper and center yourself and allow for whatever that's flowing into mind to elevate yourself at this time, to get in touch with that leveling of divine, the creative in you that's asking or screaming. I'm hearing this. To be unleashed. Because you're a performer. And you are being exalted at this time. Spirit wants you to see the divine that is you, deserving of the spotlight too. Because you are exalted, because you have given so much. You paid the price. Oh. And so it's time for you to shine. right? Through your own creations, right? With talent, skill, dream, goal, vision, whole. So, like, even this, right? So it's like, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need, right? So this is like a martyr kind of energy, or like, not so much, but I'm just going into the explanation of it. Like, where you give, give, give. Like, you are the Mother Earth giving to all her children, right? Right? And this is energy that's not gender specific. You can be a male here, you know, and this is just a message, like, right? So the male aspect of you, the yang energy in you, is being asked to tap into the yin energy of you, the divine feminine energy that's within you, that is in their essence of, you know, emotion, of, you know, this well of creativity that exists in that yin environment, to exalt it out, right? Bring it out, that yang quality, right? So it's like you have every single tool that you need because you're the alchemical artist, right? But now you just have to piece together these things for you to see the complete being that is you, exalted too, because you've already gone through. And Spirit's like, no, 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 no more like dimming your light, no more dimming your shine. It's time for you to activate, create in your own life, because you are a performer, right? Male, female, whatever. There's something in you. So it's like sometimes you could be in the medical field, and meanwhile, you want to be this actress, right? That's your dream. And you silenced it so much. The creative side. So it's like, okay, maybe I do want to, you know, be a doctor, but I also want to perform. So it's allowing for your creative form of expression to be ignited and pursued and acknowledged and allowed in whichever way, shape, or form that it chooses to show itself in. It can evolve and it will change over time, but it's getting you tapped into that level, that performer, the divine, that is being exalted from you at this time, because it's your time to shine. Well, thank you so much. I hope that that was helpful for you, pile 8. You know, you are free and welcome to see other numbers too. And here's 7 again in my mind, so maybe check out pile number 7. Maybe there's a message in there for you too. You know, thank you for tuning in. This was an extended version of this. Kindly like, comment, share. You know, communicate with me with care, because the more that we energetically connect, it allows me to connect furthermore with you when I do stuff like this, to tap into your energy field and message that can be delivered to you through, you know, from big cards like this, you know, that kind of thing too. So, you know, reciprocity goes a long way in the leveling of communication that you choose to have with I. And so, you know, I just wanted to express that in kind, because, you know, I love what I do and do what I love, and this is where I feel called, you know, and I have to combat it, you know, my own callings and things that I do. And so I resonate a lot with this message here with pile number 8, my dears, about being the performer and allowing yourself to express yourself free, no matter what it is that others have told you or tried to dim your light, you know what I mean? Like, or in your shine, like, you know, telling you can't do this at this time. You know how many times people have told me in my life I couldn't be an actress, right? So, like, you know, and I'm just sharing that, like, you know, in terms of stuff like that. But yeah, I am a great performer and very theatrical in every kind of way, and I'm dramatic and, you know, expressive. But that was me having to tap into that level of comfortability with myself to be able to express myself freely in that kind of way. And here I am, activated, performer, actress, theatrical in every kind of way. This is telling me that I'm an actress today. You get what I'm saying? So, right. So it's identifying and getting to that, introducing that performer that is you, and allowing her to remove her mask and come on stage, right? Him, her, she, he. No gender specific. I'm just looking at the picture because it's a she. Ta-da! The marvelous. Fill in the blanks, right? The spectacular, right? It's something you can do that you can share and lighten with care, using the path that you are on and bringing that level of creativity into that field that you are currently in, you know, infusing that, you know what I mean? That kind of way too. So, great. I hope that was helpful for you, and like I said, you know, yeah, thank you so much. Till we meet again, thank you so much, and this was fun. That's what's up. So, oh yeah, and there's also one link, master link, that connects you and I in every single multidimensional layer of creation that I have created for you and I to stay connected on. So make sure to look in the description box eventually with all these timestamps too. You know what I mean? In regards to how you and I can stay connected in whichever way you feel you desire to invest in. You know, I have various platforms of um, content, resources, information for you if you desire to receive. Okay, thank you so much. You know what I mean? Thank you.